Well, there's Benton's pardon. It'll sure be a big surprise to him.
It sure will.
I'm glad to see the boy get a break. I always liked Tim. He's been a model prisoner and has never given us a bit of trouble. Oh, Matthew.
Yes, sir.
Will you bring Benton here?
Benton doesn't know his pardon, does he?
No. A man named Stevens was shot. He thought he was going to die, and he confessed that he and another fellow named Ainsley had given false testimony at Benton's trial 3 years ago and caused him to be sent up for life.
The dirty rat. He ought to be strung up, sending a man up for life.
Yes, but Ainsley and Stevens got away from the authorities and disappeared. However, I guess Benton will be very glad to know he's a free man again.
He sure will.
I should say so.
Hi. Tim Benton and Red Locken have escaped.
Warn the guards.
Benton's escaped.
Escape?
Yes, sir. Red Locken made the break with him.
Sound the alarm and get after him.
Warden, the boys made a clean getaway last night, and we haven't been able to find a trace of them anywhere.
Too bad Benton had to do that. But I know it's Red Larkin's fault. He's a bad one. A desperate killer of the worst kind. He was serving a life sentence himself. I'm sorry he got out. He'll be a bad influence on Benton.
Too bad.
Yes, it is. Patterson, I want you and Conroy to use every possible means to locate him. Try and find Benton before Larkin gets him into trouble that'll bring him back in here again.
All right, Warden. We'll do our best.
John, take a letter to the governor. My dear Governor, Tim Benton, number 4862, and Red Larkin, number 674, made their escape last night. One of these men is a desperate character. The other one, Tim Benton, as you know, was a pardoned man. However, I'm positive he is not responsible for the break. Hoping we will have something to report shortly, I'm yours respectfully, Harry Decker, Warden.
Red, that old prison's a long way behind us now.
Yeah? Well, I can't hand this country much.
Now, there's one thing, we gotta get rid of these rags. They're a dead giveaway.
And I'm speaking out for the first clothes we see. And I don't care how I get them.
Now, lay off that six-shooter. That's going to get us into trouble. We got trouble enough on our hands.
Now, shut up and lay off of me. All I'm worrying about is something to eat.
Well, unless my eyes deceive me, Mr. Larkin, there's a ranch house in the distance.
Well, if this is the first time your eyes have been right in 2 weeks, let's mosey.
Well, it looks as though the folks are away. We might as well make ourselves home.
Well, all I'm worrying about is something to eat. I'm so hungry I could eat up the knobs off the doors.
Well, there's the kitchen. Use your own judgment.
Oh, I ate this great. Somebody was sure kind to leave us all this grub.
Look, eggs, bacon, coffee. Well, Red, there's everything here. We're going to have a regular banquet.
Boy. What's the matter?
I thought I heard something. Red, I've got a kind of an uneasy feeling. As though there was somebody around here.
Oh, you give me a pain in the neck. Gee, you give a guy the jumps.
Well, just the same, I'm going to have another look around. I'd feel better. Come on.
Just another one of your dumb hunches. There's nobody in this house. I told you I had first call on any clothes we found.
Well, don't get excited. I'll toss you for them.
Toss nothing, they're mine.
What gives you first call on them?
This. And that's the difference between you and me.
You're a big, generous-hearted cuss, aren't you? All right, Wheaties. But remember, that six-shooter's going to get you in trouble one of these days.
Yeah? Well, buddy, that's my funeral. And if you wisecrack with me very much, it'll be yours. Hey, why don't we eat?
All right, that's not a bad idea. I don't know why we don't. Come on.
Oh, the cook, her name was Rosie, and she comes from Montreal. She's been chained to me on the lumber barge. Way down here last fall. Oh, she rained all day the night we come. We all got wringing wet, and it hadn't for the sun come out. She would have been raining yet.
Hey, didn't I tell you I want those eggs straight up?
I'm sorry, Mr. Larkin. They were straight up. They took one look at you and turned right over. However, if there's something else you'd like, you can fix it yourself, you red-headed mug.
Fix it. You always wanted me to fix something. Didn't I fix it so you got out of jail?
Yeah, you did. And a couple of other fellows by the name of Ainsley and Stevens fixed it so I got in. But now that I'm out, I'm going to clear myself of that murder charge.
Hey, you still trying to suffer down my throat that you were framed? Why don't you give me the lowdown? Come clean.
I'll tell you. 3 years ago, my dad and a fellow by the name of John Sebastian had a big cow outfit up north. Sebastian killed my dad.
That's the same story you've been telling me for about 2 weeks.
Well, nevertheless, it's true. Then he hired a couple of fellows by the name of Ainsley and Stevens to swear that I'd killed my own father. Of course, the circumstances were such that I couldn't prove anything different. I went to the penitentiary for life.
Yeah, go on.
Sebastian took over all this property. Later on, sold the ranch. He took the whole thing over through a lot of forged deeds he had. Got rid of the ranch and other properties. But he kept the mine that he and Dad had outside Silver City.
Silver City?
That mine made him rich. I see his name in the paper every once in a while now. What he's doing, where he is, he's a big social lion. He's back east taking it easy somewhere now.
Hey, buddy. If you're on the level, you had a rough deal.
I spent 3 years in that penitentiary. And I've got quite a score to settle with John Sebastian and his 2 henchmen.
How are you going to do it?
I'm going to find Ainsley and Stevens and make them clear me. Of course, that's going to take money. But that's where Sebastian's mine comes in. He's going to finance the game.
Just how?
There's a payroll goes to that mine every month at $20,000, and I'm going to lift it.
You're going to make the old man pay for his own hanging.
He stole that mine from my father. It rightly belongs to me, doesn't it?
Hey, then if you stick up the payroll, you'll be stealing from yourself.
Certainly.
Boy, ain't that great!
Don't move. Drop that gun. Put your hands up. Face the wall. Sorry to have interrupted your meal, boys. Pull up a chair. Sit down. It's all right. Dinsmore's the name, gents. Marshal. Headed for Silver City. Just been appointed.
Prisons. Walls. Boxcars. Days without food. Clothes. Freedom. And a marshal drops out of the sky. Boy, ain't that great.
So I always give you the jumps, eh?
Yeah, they killed the last marshal in Silver City. I was on the way to take the job. Saw you two fellows heading in here, so I laid for you. Sorry to spoil your plan for a holdup, but I guess it's back to the jug for you boys.
Ain't that great.
Well, now, don't take it too serious. Yeah, smoke up. And we'll be on our way.
Old big-hearted Red.
Oh!
Thanks.
You're welcome. Hey, Marshal, you know I had you figured for a dirty old polecat. You ain't such a bad fellow after all.
How far is it to Silver City?
Well, I have an idea. It's about 50 miles.
Never been there?
No. Stranger in this part of the country. I'm from upstate.
Oh, I see. You got a match.
Yeah.
Pretty work, Red. Now, wait. You've knocked them cold. Oh, let me finish him. Oh, now, just a minute. You're always trying to use that six-shooter, and it's going to get you in trouble one of these days.
Yeah? Well, it'll be me getting in trouble, not you.
Oh, use your noodle, will you? Now, look at here. That fellow must have a horse around here somewhere. I'll put on his clothes, get myself cleaned up, get on that horse and ride into Silver City and get a line on things.
Say, that's not a bad idea.
Well, now you're getting some sense. You stand guard over him till I get back here. Now, come on, let's get his clothes off.
Okay, boy.
Hey, boy, pipe the dude with the big white hat.
Must be our new marshal. He's 3 days overdue now.
If he knows what's good from him, he'll be 2 years overdue.
Hey, Pop, here comes your new marshal. Well, dog-dinged if I don't believe it is. Welcome to Silver City, Marshal. We've been expecting you. Glad to have you with us. Come on over and meet the boy. Boy, step up and shake hands with your new marshal, Bob Dinsmore. Marshal, I'm mighty glad to know you. They killed the last 6 marshals we had here.
Well, You boys kind of taken me by surprise. I didn't expect such a hearty welcome. But anyway, I'm glad to know you all.
Yes, and I'm mighty glad to know you, Bob Dinsmore.
Thank you, sir.
Well, boys, it's happened. The new master's just arrived.
Let's give him a rousing welcome to Silver City. Ready, boys? 1, 2, 3.
That hat costs $25. I want just $5 apiece from you boys. Now dig. That's only 4. I said 5. That's better. Now, gentlemen, I think we understand each other.
I'd like to meet him.
Well, we sure need a man here like you, Marshal. Well, just in time. Hello, Ed. Meet Bob Dinsmore, our new marshal. This is Ed Myers, your chief deputy.
Oh, I do. Glad to know you, Marshal.
And a doggone good deputy he is, too.
What's going on, Alice?
Why, the new marshal just gave Wild Bill and his gang a shooting lesson. Daddy, don't you think you ought to meet him?
I should say so. I've got some business with him.
Well, looks like we're having sort of a family reunion. Hello, Clint.
How are you?
Meet Bob Dinsmore, our new marshal. Mr. Wheeler, superintendent of the Sebastian mine.
How to do, sir?
It's a pleasure indeed.
He's splendid, isn't he?
Oh, you think so?
I certainly do.
I want you to meet a particular person, if you don't mind.
Surely.
Seems to me you're taking an awful lot of interest in a stranger. Alice, may I present our new marshal, Mr. Dinsmore, my daughter.
How do you do?
How do you do? I hope you'll like us here.
Oh, I'm sure I will.
Won't you have dinner with us tonight?
Well, it's very kind of you, but I better spend the rest of the evening sort of getting acquainted with my new duties.
All right. But you must have lunch with us tomorrow.
Oh, thanks. I'll be glad to.
So you see, my name is Bob Dinsmore. I'm the new marshal of Silver City.
Gee, ain't that great?
But that doesn't answer my question. What are you doing here?
Now listen, if you promise not to get sore, I'll tell you. You see, it was like this. When you leaves me with Dinsmore the first, he was doing a Rip Van Winkle, you know, sleeping peacefully. So, I continues with my eating. When suddenly, I feels a gun at my back. And I says to myself, says I, ain't this great? But, being a quick thinker, I suddenly whirls around and I knocks the 6-shooter out of his hand. But he jumps upon me and we go into a terrific struggle. And we both struggle for the gun. We gets it about the same time. The gun goes off, and Dinsmore drops.
You don't have to tell me anymore. You killed Dinsmore, didn't you?
But it was an accident. I swear it. Upon my honor.
Red, that gun's going to get you into trouble.
Yeah? Well, if it gets me into trouble, it'll get me out, see?
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't know you were busy.
Oh, that's all right. You didn't interrupt us. As a matter of fact, he was just going.
Well, I'll be seeing you around, Marshal.
I forgot to tell you yesterday how to get to our home, so I thought that I'd stop by and go with you.
Well, that's very kind of you. You know, as a matter of fact, I was just about to start out to try and find your house.
Oh, were you?
You know, that's the best pie I ever tasted in my life.
Aunt Emily baked it. She's a wonderful cook.
Oh, she certainly is.
You know, Marshal, with you here, I feel much safer about that payroll.
Well, you know, you can count on me to do everything I can to protect her.
Alice, why don't you and the Marshal take a walk? Oh, I'd love to. Would you, Bob?
Oh, would I? Thanks, Aunt Emily. You get some awfully good ideas.
He's a nice boy. I like him, you know.
He sure is.
Higher. Oh.
Well, you're going to be over the treetop in a minute. There you go. Now watch yourself. Here you go. Swing high and swing low.
Swing!
Wouldn't you be in an awful fix if that rope broke now?
Oh, you'd catch me, wouldn't you?
I'd try.
Marshal.
Yeah.
Miss Alice left this note for you.
Well, thanks, Joe.
That's all right.
Say, I want to see you.
What about?
We're not here chasing petticoats. Savvy?
What do you mean?
You know what I mean. That Wheeler dame?
Aren't you butting into something that doesn't concern you?
Take a tip from me, buddy. They're all alike. They'll get you into trouble. A dame sent me over the road once.
Girls are not all alike, Red.
Oh, they're all the same. Hey, I've been trying for a week to get a chance to talk with you. How about that payroll?
Payroll? Oh, yeah, the payroll.
Yeah, the payroll. How about it? Now, here's a little tip for you. We got to be moving in a hurry.
What's the big rush?
Your old pals Ainsley and Stevens are in town.
In this town?
Yep.
Hey, Marshal, you need it over here right away.
What's going on here? He stole my pocketbook.
Ainsley! I ought to kill you. Where's Stevens?
Just like you, Stevens.
Ainsley, you're going to tell the truth this time. If I have to kill you. And I'm collecting from you, too. You sent me to hell for 3 years, and now you're going to pay for it.
Good work, Marshal. Here's your gun.
Thanks. Now give me that pocketbook. Hurry. Yeah.
Thank you, Marshal. Now, will you appear against these men if I throw them in jail?
You bet I will. That's great. Now get going. Hurry up. Come on, you.
Marshal,
Yes?
here's your hat.
Thanks, honey.
And here's your hats, you mugs. Now get out of here.
I'll take care of them. Come on, move out.
Hurry up.
Come on, boys and girls. Everybody up to the bar. The drinks,
What's the idea? And what do you think you're going to do with us?
I'm going to put you right where I've been for 3 years. Behind the bar.
You can't do that to us.
Oh, can't I? Well, I'm doing it. Now get going.
Smart fella, ain't you? Figuring we're gonna square things up for you. Well, how you gonna make us do it?
You're going to clear me or you're going up for 10 years for stealing that miner's pocketbook.
Yeah? And what'll happen to you? One word from us and you'll go back to that penitentiary for life.
Well, you'll never get the chance.
What you can't open your mouth. They're looking for us, too. Shh.
It's on the way home, Marshal. I thought I'd drop in and see if you wanted anything.
Why, yes. I had word that Kirby gang's been making trouble over on the other side of the divide again. We should go over there and kind of get them straightened out.
That's a mighty big job, Marshal. Take a few weeks to do that.
Yeah, that's what I figured. Better take a pack horse with you.
All right, Marshal. So long.
Good luck.
Hey, I see you got Ainsley and Stevens.
Yeah. Caught myself a couple of hornets.
What are you figuring on doing with them?
I'm going to keep them in jail until they decide to go before a court and testify to clear me.
Hey, suppose he tells that deputy that you're an escaped convict. How are you going to handle him?
I got rid of that deputy for a couple of weeks. And I'm going to settle with those birds inside.
Gee, won't that be great?
Gee, that's pretty. But sing the words for me, won't you?
All right. When your lips meet mine in a kiss divine, I awake and find I'm dreaming like a sweet refrain. You return again, but it's not the same. I'm dreaming. You can never be in reality. And when you're with me, I'm dreaming. Oh, you must be real. Something makes me feel I'll awake and find I'm dreaming.
I shouldn't have done that.
It was all right.
No, it wasn't. You don't understand.
Bob! Bob, don't you care for me?
More than anything in the world. But I haven't the right to.
Is it another girl?
It's more serious than that. It's something I can't tell you about, so please don't ask me.
Oh, but Bob, this thing you speak of can't be so serious that it'll make any difference in our love.
It's so serious that I'm saying goodbye.
Goodbye?
Yes. I'm going away.
Oh, but you can't. I won't let you go.
Please.
told me to meet you here in a half an hour. You're an hour late. What's the matter?
I just came to tell you, Red, that it's all off.
What?
That payroll job.
So you throw me over for a dame, eh? But don't be a fool. With all that dough, you could pay off Ainsley and Stevens and square yourself at the law.
I thought so. Once. But when you get outside those gray walls, things look a little different here, Red. That's the wrong way to go about it.
Oh, yeah? That leaves me out, eh?
Yes, I think we better call it quits.
Well, you double-crossing rat.
Go easy, Red.
I could kill you like I kill a snake.
I wouldn't try that, Red.
All right. You win this hand. But don't forget, buddy, there'll be another deal.
Aren't you going to wait for the marshal?
We're late now, Joe. We can't wait any longer. We'll have to go without him.
Have a hard time explaining yourself, Father.
Wait a minute. You can't do it that way, Red.
Now, listen, will you quit yelping? I told you I'd get you out of jail if you'd help with the payroll.
I know, but why steal Sebastian's money when we can make him give it to us?
Let us go get it.
Wait a minute now, wait. That Tim Benton's liable to cause us trouble.
Hey, I killed that marshal, and Benton is wearing his clothes.
He'll have a hard time explaining himself out of that one.
He sure will. But don't worry about Benton. We'll get Wheeler on his way to the mine. Come on, let's go.
What's the matter? What happened?
I don't know. Somebody sneaked up and hit me from behind. That's all I can remember.
Here, sit down in the chair. Get yourself together. Now, get your drink of water. Take that, and then make you feel a little better.
All right.
You feeling better now, Hardy?
A lot better, thanks.
That payroll of the mine's coming through today. I've got a funny hunch that those fellows are going to try to lift it. Now, you saddle up my horse as quick as you can. I'm going to meet Clint Wheeler, protect that payroll, and we'll get Ainsley and Stevens at the same time. Now, hurry.
All right.
Where you heading for?
I'm going to meet Clint Wheeler and come through with that payroll.
No, you ain't. You're staying right here, Tim Benton.
Guess you kind of made a mistake, haven't you? Bob Dinsmore is my name.
No, Tim Benton. Circular came through the mail from Montana Penitentiary. Said look out for you and Red Lockin.
I see.
I wire the warden. You send 2 men down. Ought to be here pretty soon.
Clint Wheeler's coming through with that payroll to the mine today, and I've got a hunch it's going to be lifted. Now, I'm going to meet Clint Wheeler and come through and protect that payroll.
Don't worry. Wheeler'll wait till I get there. Guess better lock you up. You know where it is. Come on, move.
You're right. I am Tim Benton. But convict or no convict, I'm going to save that payroll.
come, boys. We let them pass and get them from the back.
That looks like a holdup. Let's get out of here.
Yeah.
Never mind. Hurry up and open that door.
Well, what happened?
You stay here, Pop.
Come on, let's go.
Get rid of the old man. We've got to get out of this open country. Hustle up. We'll head for Lone Wolf Canyon. Let's get going. Come on.
We'll be riding right with you.
All right.
Looks like they got Joe all right. Better take him back to town.
Go.
man, Wheeler's been hit pretty hard, Al. Better take him into town and have Doc Nolan look him over.
All right, sir. Come on, boys. They'll be after us fast. We better hide the chest and come after it later. Right. We'll hide her in that hollow tree over there. That's all right, boys. That'll do. Now listen, fellas. We'll mount fast and scatter in different directions. And we'll come back here after sundown.
You must have a mouse in your pocket. You ain't coming back.
Well, we gotta come back to split the dough, ain't we?
Yeah, but just 2 ways. It's our dough now. Let's get moving.
Oh, no, you don't. Keep your hands up, you fellas. Now I've got you right where I want you. Now, you fellas perjured yourselves and sent me to the penitentiary. And now I've got you for murder.
You can't take us in.
Oh, can't I?
No, we'll tell them your right name.
I'm going to take you back and you're going to make a confession clearing me of my father's murder, or I'm going to fill you full of lead right here.
That would be murder.
Well, I'd just as soon go back to the penitentiary for 2 murders as for 1 I didn't commit. Now, what are you going to do? Are you going to clear me? Or am I going to give it to you?
Well, we'll go back.
All right, then pick up Red and get him in that buckboard.
All right.
Now pick up that strong box and put it aboard that buckboard. Now climb up on that seat and drive for town. And remember, I'm right behind you.
Guess we lost the trail, boys. Better turn back.
Well, Bob, I see you got all 3 of them. I sure did, Pop. Will you and Art give me a hand, pack Red inside? Sure will. Be careful of him, because he's hit pretty hard. And as for you fellas, get a hold of that strong box and bring it in here. Now, you fellas stand over against the wall. Marty, keep an eye on them. Good work, Marshal. There.
Bob, I'm so glad you're safe.
Well, how's your father?
Well, the doctor's saying he'll be all right.
Oh, that's fine. Hello, Benton. Hello, Bill. You're not going to take me in this time, though. Those fellas over there are going to clear me.
They've already cleared you once. We've come down here for Red Larkin and try to stop you from getting into another mess.
Gee. And he's been telling me the truth all the time.
I ought to arrest you, Benton, for impersonating an officer.
Well, we won't hold that against him. Didn't he bring in those crooks with the payroll? Besides, he's the best marshal we ever had. And I hope he stays here for our new marshal.
Where's the real Dinsmore?
Why, I killed that man.
Was that the serious trouble that was going to come between us?
That was it. Come over here, I'll tell you all about it.
Boys, you ain't gonna take me back this time. Ain't that great?